Hey everybody, I'm Evan, and today I'm going to talk to you about the best, the worst, and the weirdest films I watched in September 2025. So, welcome back. If you watched before, I really appreciate it. This is just kind of a thing I do for fun because you know what? I do love movies. Lots of movies. And I try to watch as many as I can. I generally gravitate towards horror, thriller, some sci-fi, some fantasy, a little drama, a little comedy. Those are the normal types of things I enjoy. But usually if it's a scary movie, I'm press and play. So, the best movie I watched this past month was, without a doubt, Jaws, the 50th anniversary.
It's a beautiful day. The beaches are open, and people are having a wonderful time.
So, I was fortunate enough to see this in the theater. They did this big 4K restoration. We did not see it on the biggest, best screen possible, but you know what? It still looked very, very good. I took my entire family, my wife, and my 15-year-old and my 12-year-old. None of them had seen this movie before. And honestly, I had not seen it since I was a kid. And you know what? It holds up perfectly.
Amity is a summer town. I don't think you appreciate the gut reaction people have to these things. You yell barracuda, you're racist, huh? You yell shark, we've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
The acting is top-notch. The story is just so good. The special effects hold up amazingly well over the past 50 years. They did such a good job with this movie. Obviously, everyone knows what Jaws is. There's a shark in a bay, and it's eating people. That's kind of it. It's famous for being the very first blockbuster where everyone had to see it that summer. And I don't know. I think it's a fantastic movie. I think it holds up really, really well over the years. And I can't believe I haven't watched it since, I was probably a teenager. So it was great to revisit, great to see it in the theater, great to show it to my family for the first time. Everyone really liked it. So, yeah, that's a win all around. Jaws, the 50th anniversary release, my best movie of the month.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What we are dealing with here is a perfect engine, an eating machine.
So here's the thing about September 2025. I actually didn't watch any bad movies. So the worst is kind of was still pretty good movie. So there's everything I rated on Letterboxd was 3 or above stars, which is a positive review for me. So when I say positive review, maybe I mean 3 is probably the average, but I liked it. 2.5 is probably average, but I didn't really care for it. And then my scale kind of goes from there. There was quite a few 3-star movies this past month. So the one I'm going to settle on for the worst is The Monkey.
For the longest time, there was nothing. But then it appeared. A beast not from this earth.
The Monkey was a movie that came out earlier this year about a cursed monkey. It kind of came into the possession of this family when they were younger, and the curse kind of just happens randomly where random people die horrific deaths all around, all throughout this person's life.
Fighting the ones who deserved it. The ones who didn't. between. Whoever controls it controls life and death. And those deaths are really fucked up.
I think the special effects are good. The humor it works really well. My biggest issue with it is that it was based on a short story by Stephen King, and I think stretching it out to a full-length movie, the story runs a little thin. And that was my biggest detraction from it. Otherwise, it was pretty enjoyable. I had a good time with it.
Everybody dies. And that's life.
It's a goddamn mess in there. Have you been up there? It's like that restaurant. Spaghetti City.
Everything okay up there?
Yeah, everything's fine.
So, yeah, my worst movie of the month is The Monkey. Wasn't that bad at all.
Come on, baby, let's have some fun.
And that brings us to my weirdest movie of the month. So, there is a hot sauce company called Horrifying Hot Sauce, which if you like hot sauce, I would strongly recommend ordering from this company. It's a little indie company, and they base all of their hot sauces around horror movies. And well, there was one called Matoul's Hammer. You can see I've almost gone through this. And when you bought this on the website, it came with a DVD. And it comes with this movie right here, The Stink of Flesh.
Was that your boyfriend?
Stink of Flesh is a very low budget zombie movie. Very, very low budget. The zombie effects aren't too bad. They kind of harken back to like Dawn of the Dead, like George Romero's Dawn of the Dead era. So they're not that bad. And the story revolves around a couple who are surviving the apocalypse. The husband likes to bring home men for his wife to have sex with. And the husband likes to go have sex with the zombie that he has chained up in the barn.
My brother's out there alone and you're trying to get into my pants?
Ass. Ass.
Why?
Brought you a Puerto Rican. Itlacuas no cuitlacoyo. Una chica.
So not only it is kind of a weird zombie movie, you know, post-apocalyptic zombie stuff, there's also this weird sex stuff in it. So that's why it's my weirdest.
I'm looking at you from across the bar. I know how naughty you are, 'cause I can see through your disguise. I'm looking at you through the devil's eyes. 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 I'm looking at you through the devil's.
And there is a character called Matoul, which is what this is based on. He's kind of one of the, I wouldn't call him the main character, but he's kind of more of the protagonist, where, you know, he meets this couple and they kind of recruit him for their weird sex stuff during the zombie apocalypse, because why not, right? So anyway, Matoul doesn't like to use guns to kill zombies. He likes to use his fists, and he likes to use his hammer. So that's why this is called Matoul's Hammer. Very good hot sauce. Very strange movie, you know. So I kind of like when a movie is creative with their premise. It could have just been, you know, people held up in a house and during the zombie attack. But no, there's this extra little weird twist in there that I honestly have never seen it in a zombie movie before, so it was enjoyable. I liked it for its kind of, originality as far as the story goes. There are definitely some other elements that that may be off-putting to people. They definitely are trying to push some boundaries a little bit, as far as they also run into a older male with two younger children that he's living with, and they insinuate some things that you may be able to figure out. They do rescue one of those children, and one of those children is kind of figures out what's going on in this house as far as the stuff this couple is getting up to. And of course, I don't know, it's not the first movie I saw where someone is having relations with a zombie that's chained up. Of course, that zombie gets its revenge at the end. So, The Stink of Flesh, Matul's Hammer Hot Sauce from Horrifying Hot Sauce. I recommend both of those.
It's a family.
Better than a family.
Don't try and act like you don't wanna taste. I see the lust written on your face. I know the way to give you what you need. Take you to heaven where the demons bleed.
That's what happens when you go for a Sunday drive in a world full of flesh-eating corpses.
Yeah, well, that wraps up this month's films that I watched, the best, the worst, and the weirdest. More to come next month. Thank you for watching. And again, if you're on Letterboxd, go ahead and follow me. I rate everything that I watch, and sometimes write a silly review, because I think that's what people do on there. So, all right. Thanks again for watching. See you next time, everybody.